Greetings from Costa Rica on this rainy Sunday, October 16th. My name is Matt Rosensteel, and thanks very much for joining me for this broadcast from my home, in which we're going to be discussing optimizing a Costa Rica rental property. And specifically, I have a guest, Andrea Ochoa, who has some absolutely perfect advice to offer. Andrea is the owner and day-to-day manager of Hideaway Rentals in Tamarindo. And she is a person who has a great set of knowledge for an area that I'm incredibly lacking, which is this remodeling, creative kind of refreshing rental spaces so that they look great and generate maximum rental income. If you've been watching my channel, a couple weeks ago, I was discussing rental income with David Carr, a colleague in HACO, who's also a property manager, about rental income in Costa Rica. And really, you can see that if you don't put energy, effort, and good marketing into a property, rental returns here can be pretty mediocre. And that's a common theme that comes up on my channel. So Andrea is a perfect person to follow up on my discussion with David about exactly how you can maximize your rental income by, first and foremost, doing some kind of cost-effective renovation to bring a space to life, make it more Instagrammable, and attract those rentals through Airbnb or VRBO. If you have any questions for me, be sure to post them in the comments. I'll be wrapping up all of the questions I received and answering those in the final Sunday chat of the month. This month, that'll be Sunday, October 30th. We'll do a Q&A roundup. If you're watching this live, don't hesitate to ask questions that we follow up there, or feel free to post those in the comments if you're watching the replay. Again, my guest today is Andrea Ochoa, and I couldn't be more excited because she has some incredible tips. Admittedly, this is a pre-recorded interview that we're going to play, but her advice is extremely on point. And Andrea is one of these people that I feel is doing the absolute best for her rental clients in the Tamarindo area. There are some property managers who you feel really aren't driven to try and book their rentals. You feel that some firms are just too big to care about their clients. Andrea really is focused. She is a what I would call sort of a shark when it comes to working Airbnb, VRBO, and booking those rentals. And her rental properties are some of the highest performers in the area. So we'll be talking to her when we return. Thanks very much for joining me for this Sunday live Costa Rica chat with Costa Rica Matt. My name is Matt Rosensteel. I'm owner-broker of Coldwell Banker Pacific Realty. Again, it's a rainy Sunday here. Hope everybody is snuggled up and cozy. Stay tuned. Let's bring in Andrea. Folks, I couldn't be more excited to welcome my guest, Andrea Ochoa of Hideaway Rentals in Tamarindo, who has a ton of knowledge where I have a huge gap. And that gap is preparing condos for rental income and making them look amazing on a very tight budget. Andrea, thanks very much for joining me. Would you give us a quick overview of your business, Hideaway Rentals?
Thank you for inviting me, Matt. Well, the business started like 2019, like 3 years ago, because I felt that there was a need of people to really increase their income when they purchase a property with doing like small things and really maximizing their ROI. So I worked in an investment company in Colombia for
Okay.
about 3 years, and what they did was like that was their thing. They flipped homes, like in the U.S., and they were selling turnkey properties where they were guaranteeing an income. So I
Yep.
learned about all that market, that it was like very rare here, and rare for me when I was working in Colwell in Costa Rica. And that opened up like a whole world that I was like, oh my God, people are missing out, and we really need to apply this everywhere. So that's how I started applying all this knowledge in the rental business, in order to maximize my clients' income. And then the word came out, and we started doing for other people, and that's how we do it now. We sell
Yep.
properties, and we only take over properties where owners are willing to make the changes. We just don't take everything. You see, like there's a lot of property managers that have like all kinds of properties that they don't look good, and we're gonna see some of those pictures
Yep.
with you. And it's just, it makes a huge difference, and that's what we want to show people. Like, okay, uh today's world, it's all about the look, it's all about the
Yeah.
Instagram, it's all about the social media. So when people are booking homes, they're not even like that much looking into the price. They're willing to pay a little bit more for something that looks more appealing. So that's what we do and specialize.
Absolutely. That's a great summary. And having seen some of your before and afters and gone over some of the numbers, I can absolutely, as a fellow realtor, can see how you're creating these really, perfect spaces that will catch people's attention on those photos that they see on rental profiles. And I want to make it clear. So first of all, a little bit of history. Yes, Andrea and I were colleagues at Coldwell Banker Tamarindo Realty. And like Andrea, we're both now entrepreneurs and at the head of our own businesses. She is actually not currently accepting new property management clients. Her business is absolutely stuffed to the brim, and she insists on maintaining a high quality standard. She has how many properties currently that you're managing?
35.
35 properties, and
Yeah.
they're all in the Tamarindo area. That's
Yeah,
correct?
Tamarindo Langosta area.
Yeah, so absolutely. She's joining me today, literally out of the goodness of her heart, to provide guidance, help educate people. But if you want to visit Tamarindo and you're on vacation and looking for that first or second visit to the area, and you want to be hosted by a very competent and wonderful property manager, be sure to visit Andrea's website, hideawayrentals.co. She has great rental properties and is going to be one of those absolute super hosts for your visit in Tamarindo. So before we get a little bit further, I wanted to first bring up a quick picture here. We will be looking at some before and after photos of Andrea's projects. And I wanted to quickly just bring up some images here. And sorry, I'm just sitting at home today having a nice casual weekend. We might even have some fun little interruptions from our kids, though hopefully they'll stay disciplined here. Let's look at this photo here of an old Airbnb profile. These were on, am I correct, Andrea? These
Yeah.
photos appeared on Airbnb as
Yes.
someone trying to rent out their condo. Now, on October 2nd, I had done an episode on rental income and maximizing it. And I can see very clearly everything here for this condo is just problematic in what a user might see. What are some of the big problems you see?
Okay, one of the things that it's a very common error, it's the colors of the walls. So you can see the property looks super dark in there, and even the curtains that they put, so they used a lot of like earth colors that shrink spaces, that make places dark, and it's not really appealing. So uh the yellows and and those tones are not really like calming and relaxing colors. So when we're looking into these spaces, the first things we say when people are telling me like, I really need to do something, it's like, paint the walls,
Yeah,
take those colors, and you're just gonna make a huge difference there. uh,
totally.
so you can see there that everything, it's like yellow, brown, dark
Earth
colors.
tones, yeah.
That
You
makes
know,
sense. Yeah.
and this is super common in Guanacaste because so many people built with that Spanish colonial feel and using these stucco sort of, that color palette is probably what, like 80 to 90% of condos that were built between 2000 and 2010 here.
Yeah.
So most people who are investing in properties down here will be looking at something similar to this if they're buying an older, unremodeled property. To bring it up here again, and I think we had some other pictures of, well,
Yeah.
we've got some
Yeah.
before and
Those, like,
afters here.
look below, go below.
Oh, I'm
No,
sorry.
no, go to the ones that have the two colors. Go up a little bit. Go up. Okay. Up. That one.
Here
That
we
one
go.
goes to. So that's a condo we did. Again, like super dark colors. We had that orange, that yellow everywhere. There's another picture where you can see the living room. It had like a super dark gray, green as
Mm-hmm.
well. And it doesn't make it look clean at all. And I think it was higher up.
Okay, I'll come
uh,
back here.
or maybe it
Yeah,
was in the.
sorry, I did not get these fully
Yeah.
organized. My
Yeah.
apologies. They're somewhere.
But anyways, like, you can see
This is
what we
a
did
living room. It
after.
looks like a different condo, though. This is
Yeah.
Villa Verde too.
Yeah. But you can see that most people use like the cream and like the yellow and those colors, and when people are on vacation, they're looking for like calm, relaxation. They're looking for you know um, peace. So we use a lot of like grays and a lot
Mm-hmm.
of blues to make sure that we create those spaces of calmness. I think
Yep.
it's that one. Oh no, that one no.
Yeah, it's a
But
different one again, but
yeah,
we're looking now, to be clear, at some of the before and afters of projects that Andrea has done. She actually has a family business. Her mom helps out with the design and really completing these remodels for people. I love that you only work with clients who are willing to do this change. I think that's very critical to keeping a great business sort of streamlined, and also ensuring that your reputation is always going to be top notch. People will love your properties because they've all been freshened up this way. But I loved the examples here in the bedrooms. You can see the
yeah,
clear difference between what feels like a closed in space, also an unprofessional image on the left side of the screen, earth tones really dark and dreary on the right, and I can see it's a sunrise condo there based on the rock
yeah,
formation in the background. Yeah, you have absolutely this totally different feeling, and imagining somebody looking at these two pictures on Airbnb, or for example, these two pictures, the left photo being a bedroom in this condo again, uh, prior to the remodel, and the right photo being the professional image done after a project. This is exactly how you market and really get those clicks when people are just comparing photos online.
Yeah,
These
and
look
if you
great.
see Matt, on this picture, I want to show you that the furniture is the same. So we
Uh-huh.
reuse the furniture and some of the things. So what we did was basically painting white, doing an
Yep.
accent wall, and putting white bedding, and that makes, you know, a huge
Yep.
difference. So
Totally.
those renovations, the other one that you were showing of the living room with the other picture in um
And let me go
below,
back down to the
yeah, go
Villa Verde
down,
one.
yeah, no, to that one, yeah, that one, it's a sunrise, a Sunset Hill condo.
Okay.
If you see, what we did was we painted the furniture white because there was
Uh-huh.
a lot of different colors of wood. So there was like this feel of like dark wood, Guanacaste wood, and this things where like a lot of people when they move here, they're like, oh, we want the wood feel and like the Costa Rican and the tropical, but that sometimes doesn't make sense. So what we did is we literally spend only about $1,200 on this condo, painting furniture and changing the sofa.
Wow.
And the condo changed completely. Like it was day
Absolutely.
and night. So sometimes people like get overwhelmed because they think they have to spend money. You don't.
Yeah. $1,200. That's really, and that's you, in that condo you had spent that 1,200 also redoing the bedrooms with that same sort of paint change and the furniture.
Yeah, so what we did basically there was we painted the furniture and we changed the sofa and then we reused every single piece of furniture we had.
Wow.
So the condo was the same furniture. We got rid of the sofa, we got some money back from the sofa and we reinvested it on doing the other things.
That is
Um,
really
but
cool.
yeah, and that sunrise that you were showing right there, that sunrise, we spent a total of $5,000.
Yeah, and let's go through some of the more of the complete pictures and let me see. So here we're talking about the sunrise bedrooms, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
This one, oh yeah, the front bedroom out there. And if I are these pictures up here, the or let's see, are we
Let's see
down?
that one. Go to that one. That I was showing you, that's another Sunset Hill. That's actually my condo.
Okay.
That was less than $200 to change that bathroom. It's the same
Ah,
bathroom.
yep,
It's the same bathroom. Same shelves. We cut them. We paint them. We added some love to it, some decor, and
yep.
that was it. And look, it stays
200
like,
bucks.
yeah. Same
Yeah,
with the bedroom. If you go to the one on top, the bedroom looked small. That bedroom looked like it couldn't fit a bigger bed. That
yep,
bed was a full size bed and the bedroom looked so small.
yep.
That's on the other side a king size bed.
Wow.
So we added a king size bed, we added a desk, and that didn't cost much. The cost of the bed and then the bedding, but it was like the whole reno that I did for that unit was about $4,000, and it was like pretty
Uh-huh.
much again painting and adding some touches to the thing. We didn't
Yeah.
do much.
Really cool. No, I think, you know, and this is basically Pinterest right now for people who are looking for ideas to take that tired, old feeling thing on the left and spruce it up and make it, give it this curb appeal. And I say Pinterest because literally, we had for our office design project in Hunkial, we would have been lost for ideas to spark that kind of remodel without some sort of, just looking up images. And I think when people see the kind of look and feel that you've got, they can really get an understanding for what it is to effectively promote a property. I was going to say, and here we're just going through obviously some finished
It's Bahia Langosta.
pieces. Yeah, this is Bahia Langosta, and I had shown this condo a few times. It's the first story, 3 bedroom,
Yeah,
right? That's
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
This place was the epitome of just needing to be freshened up. It definitely felt dark when you walked into it. And I think these are the pictures that we have
Look at,
here.
yeah, look at that
It was
bedroom.
like this.
Yeah, look at the bedroom that you just go up. So the bedroom with the bunk beds.
Uh-huh. This one.
Look at that. It looked small, tired, and then go to the picture where go up
Yeah.
that one, click that one. That's the same bedroom. There's two queen size beds in there.
Yeah.
Okay? And it had like bunk beds and it looked so small that
I
it can
remember.
believe that you can fit two queen beds and
Yeah.
still have space.
No, and literally, this was on Airbnb and how they were promoting, come stay at our beachside condo. And people, we had this discussion that really, return on investment is not enormous everywhere in Costa Rica, and you have to have an optimized property. I had been speaking with someone in Jaco who was talking about only getting sort of 1 to 3% returns on a lot of their condos. But, in Tamarindo, looking at stuff like this, you can really start to boost your rental income. And I do think Andrea, for her clients and for people who are working with sort of these really aggressive rental management companies that specialize in maximizing return, you can do better than 1 to 3%, but it does take that investment in freshening it up. It has to look great. It has to be really like what we're showing with Andrea's stuff. And you have to have someone at the helm who is hustling like like Andrea. And
Yeah.
that's why she has 35 clients now and is no longer accepting new rental clients. However, as we had mentioned previously, these 35 rentals are some of the best run Airbnb and VRBO units in Tamarindo. So if you're coming to the area and you want to stay in town with one of the best hostesses available, you can email sales@hideawaycr.com. Again, that's 35 rentals in the Tamarindo area. So if you want to go somewhere else, probably not the best, absolute source. But so aside from that, I want to get back to a few of these pictures that just really show off what you accomplished. And I think, this kitchen remodel here, as an example, how much would it cost somebody more or less just to freshen up their kitchen like you see here?
Okay, it depends a lot on what client wants. That we did a whole renovation of the house. You can see that's a Villa Verde 2 condo. A kitchen, it's between 4 and 15 grand, if depending on like the materials and the things that we use. So again, I speak with the client first and see like, okay, what are we trying to accomplish here, and where are we gonna make the best use of money, right?
Yeah.
There's some condos definitely like that Villa Verde. You can see that as it was like not rentable. Like for me, that's like a place that it's like, hey, you buy that, good luck. Go put a long term for $800 if you're lucky. Good, thank you. Bye. I won't accept it. But you can see that condo makes $200 a night in high season plus taxes. So when
200 bucks a night plus taxes in high season.
so and in Christmas and New Year's makes 4 to 450.
Wow.
So
For
so you're telling me that that investment that the owner made there, it
Yep.
paid for itself in a year.
Yeah. And this
So
this was more, I'd imagine, are these all pictures from the same Via Verde unit
yeah,
now? Is this
they're
a
from the
bedroom
same.
there?
So we did a
Okay.
full reno. I think it was because she did a lot of costume.
I was gonna say this looks more like 15,000 than 4,000, to be
Yeah, that
honest.
was because we had to do a complete reno, including bathrooms, floors, walls, windows,
Yeah.
put furniture in. That was like a 40K reno
Yeah.
all in.
Okay.
But
I was gonna say no.
that's a
And
one and a half year like return of investment. You know, like
yeah.
you'll get your money back
Yeah.
very easily.
When I think everybody should focus on here, the flooring, which is definitely an expensive upgrade, but hands down for me, Andrea really prioritizes, it's clear, the paint, the color scheme, everything. I think one of the next steps, if you're in for those serious upgrades, is definitely flooring. Because, you see in the top picture here that tired, old, square, mud colored tile. And that's something that is ubiquitous in Guanacaste. It's like the number of dreary old tiles that I've walked on during, the years here. And everybody should be switching to something with the feel of the lower picture where you've got really, this. I'm only actually looking at the smaller image on my broadcasting, but it looks like that sort of wood.
Yeah, longwood. Look, that's like something that we use a lot for the renos because it's super low maintenance. So it's wood looking, it's tile, and it's super easy to clean. It hides the dirt. It's
Yeah.
perfect. We
Oh
use
no,
it
I
every.
yeah, and look how the photo comes out, and I can see that the $40,000 was also like furniture here in Costa Rica, and these cute modern pieces that are available now at Casa y Mas or the big stores out here near Tamarindo. This stuff is not cheap, I have to say.
Yeah.
It's if you want to do new furniture and get this kind of impact, if you're at the this level, then you really need to. I think it's just gonna be part of the overall condo, but really people will have to think about spending that money on more expensive furniture pieces. Um, the final result is just night and day. We're down here. This absolutely feels like a crate and barrel promotional piece.
Yeah. So one thing that I want to also mention here is that when you think about your renovation and your investment, think about when you want to resell the property. So properties that look rental ready and that look perfect, you do sales as well. Like when you walk in, it's like a whole different thing.
Yep.
When you walk into a condo that it's like the before pictures and you're just like, oh my god, and then you have to explain the client how much money, and then you get to get like 15, 20 quotes,
Yeah,
like different things, and people get overwhelmed, and you don't really want to
absolutely.
spend that much time thinking about it. So
Yeah.
for me, I always say, like, think about your resale. Like, think about when you want to like get rid of the condo. It will be like literally super easy to sell it, and it'll go like this because it has the numbers, it has the look, it has everything that the client is looking for, and it's just like it goes like this. So that's why also we focus on this kind of things and renos,
Investment.
and
Yeah.
overall, like I say, like it's a circle that has to like roll very well, because most people, like the average client here keeps the property for like 3 to 5 years. So like you, and because they upgrade or because they move, or they do other things, and
Yep.
so you want to get the best for your money. You don't want people lowballing you just because they see that the property is tired. That's what happened with Bahia Langosta. We invested 15K. I guarantee you, if the owner would have invested before selling, she wouldn't gotten like 100 offers, like super lowball, because it looks like it needs so much that it's
Yeah.
just, you know?
Oh, absolutely. And no, everybody, please mark Andrea's words, especially if you're considering contacting me about listing your property. The absolutely, the condo was in this old shape. And just like Andrea said, and this is not bad, the photos also exacerbate the issue it had, because they could have gone in with professional photographers and made it look better than we're looking at. But still, it was explaining to every client and trying to force on them, through explaining, trying to change this subconscious impression that they already had of the property when they walked in. They open the door and the sunlight is filtering through old curtains onto dark colors, and their mind says, okay, this is tired, old, I'm not really
It's dark.
comfortable,
Yeah,
I
it's like
don't want to
dark.
be here, this
Yeah.
isn't making me write my, get out my checkbook. And when people have that snap impression, you've already, you're headed towards a low ball offer, just like Andrea says. You can explain to people, this is only $15,000 away from something like this, but clients don't understand that. And their subconscious impression of the property, having already been set by dark, sunlight and weirdness, is extremely hard to correct. In fact, you really can't force people to buy into that idea that, oh,
Yeah.
trust me, it will look amazing, I promise. No, just a few more lighting fixtures and what you have here on the left, and all of this brightness. You see that the windows in your pictures are always open. Everyone wants to feel as much space as possible. The lights are on, even the table lamps. You have in all of your remodels plenty of light sources. You have those really welcoming colors that people, that open up a room. I love this little bathroom project that you did for $200. Again, really, the Bahia at 15,000. Remind us this Sunrise condo remodel that we're looking at
Was
now.
5,000. You don't have all the pictures, but we did like living room, dining room.
But
It's
for
like a
five
whole
grand,
different place. Yeah.
yeah, you ended up with this product adding some artistic elements, lighting, paint. No, and the result is just wonderful. These colors that the modern consumer wants to see. I mean, I've seen this color palette in other places before. Um, so anyhow, no, this is really top-notch information to help people think about the improvements that they need to do to maximize their rental income. Again, yeah, here we're looking at a kitchen, and where would you rather rent? I think it's very clear Andrea knows exactly what she's doing. If you're interested in staying in one of her properties, her team is ready to help you. You can email sales@hideawaycr.com. You might be also working. I was stoked to hear earlier that Esther is in Tamarindo and working with your team. I know she's been sort of on adventures and everything.
Yeah, she's my business partner, so like we're very happy to work in the things that we really love doing.
Yep.
So each one specializes in the areas that we really are best at.
Yep.
So it's good.
Well, absolutely. So, is there any final tip or point that you wanted to make that maybe we didn't get to?
Yeah. So one of the things that I focus on a lot, and if you're a rental owner, listen to me. The most important thing is bedding beds. People,
Absolutely.
and you don't think what a difference it makes, but it drives me nuts finding rental units with microfiber sheets. Number one, microfiber sheets are hot, they're plastic. So people will most likely run the ACs in 17 while staying in a property with microfiber sheets because they will never be cold. They will be hot under the sheets, even if the room is cold.
Yep.
Guaranteed.
Yep.
Okay. Second of all, They keep the dirt, they keep the hair, because it's plastic. It creates like a static thing. So
Ugh,
it's most likely that you will find hair in
okay.
those sheets from a past tenant that stayed, like when you dry it in the dryer, will stay in the sheets because of the static and things in those sheets than the cotton sheets. um and they're harder to like to
Yeah.
take stains out, right? So
Gotcha.
I recommend that you spend that extra money on sheets and bedding, because people appreciate it. That's where people come to rest, and people come here to have a good sleep, right?
Yep.
So I love to have like all my rental units have like the best quality pillows and the best quality sheets and duvets, so they feel like in a five-star hotel. It doesn't matter what price range they're staying at.
It
So that's like super important.
totally. No, I spectacular advice, and there's multiple layers. I mean, I bet there are a lot of men who own condos in Tamarindo who might give no thought to that sort of thing, because personally, I know nothing about sheets. That sort of comfort level, in my life, somebody else handles those sorts of things and makes sure the bed is comfortable. But I would have no idea to think of that. And so avoid those microfiber sheets. Do invest in high quality bedding. I've heard from, I mean, so many tourists coming down are, yeah, 40, 45, but more. We have this huge cohort that's 45 to 65. And these people do not want to sleep on uncomfortable mattresses in dirty old sheets, and they will give you bad ratings. It will ruin their stay. On the other hand, if you've got the most comfortable bed in Tamarindo or Junquillal or wherever you're managing your property, then you're definitely going to have people coming back and back, because there are so many uncomfortable beds in hotels and these older condos that people have. So,
Yeah, and it's just like a matter of like, again, like making like a little extra investment, because the thing, it's crazy. The first thing that I receive when I get a new property is like, oh, I already bought the sheets and everything, and I go and open them like, oh my god. And then I have to like,
yeah,
the whole thing, because it's like, first of all, you don't use dark sheets in rental condos because they show like everything. Like you don't want to show
dark
stains,
sheets
you
show
know, like,
everything.
yeah, like the dark sheets, like black, gray, like they don't look clean. People want to walk into a place that looks clean. That's the first
Yeah.
thing. That's why hotels do it in white. There's a reason behind it. And then
Yep.
second of all, as an owner, again, in a place where people crank the ACs all the time, you don't want them using the AC at the lowest, because they still feel hot at night and uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So, you maybe you don't have to replace your mattress, just do a pillow top that it's like $50. Go buy a
Yep.
pillow top, and but go and invest in the sheets. Okay, it's um $20 versus 50, $60, but you're able to charge more, and you will be getting the reviews, because
Yep.
that's the thing. Like in today's world, it's all about reviews and positioning. So you need to be in that place where people are writing you good reviews, and that's like a whole
Constantly.
different subject, but it's like it's huge.
Yeah. Of course. No, and there are many people out there who hope that it's easier than this, driven focus. But if you're really looking to generate good returns, and if you want to be in that position somewhere down the line to make a premium reselling your condo, this kind of advice is absolutely golden. And I wouldn't want to disillusion anyone investing in Costa Rica that, oh, yeah, you can just buy old, dark, dreary condos. If they're in Tamarindo, you're going to make a ton of money just renting them. Not true. There are something, I can't remember if it's 2,800 rentals in the entire district of Tamarindo or whatever.
There's a
There,
lot of competition.
there's tons of competition. You have to be able to reach customers. And somebody like Andrea, a real property manager who's got a focus on producing results, is going to be the absolute best person to help you out. It sounds like we might need to wrap it up because the kids are now ready for some fun weekend activities. Again, I couldn't appreciate your advice more. I'm going to be broadcasting this far and wide and sending it to my clients because, again, this is a knowledge gap that I'm not in the rental world, and I'm definitely not someone who has your sense of style or any sense of style whatsoever. I mean, yeah, look at me here. Have a terrific weekend, Andrea. I'll see you soon in Tamarindo, and I'll definitely be looking for all kinds of advice from you in the future.
Thank you so much, Matt. And I hope this was helpful to everyone. And if someone needs advice or help on, like uh, their property and their investment and like how to do things right, then, I don't have space right now, and I have a waiting list, but they can shoot me an email and I can put them on the waiting list for the next 6 months. How we do it is that there's some owners that move here, relocate, or spend more time. So like we open spaces every certain time, and we interview owners every 3 to 4 months, and we roll our properties. So if
Cool.
someone is interested in that, also can give me a shot, and I can see how can I help remodeling or possible waiting list for property management or whatever advice they need, because it's a business, right? A rental property, it's a full-time business,
Totally.
and it's hard to do it these days with all the competition.
Oh gosh, yes, it is. Tons and tons of competitors out there, and really people have to be aware that not everybody is the same. Uh, I really appreciate also that you set people's expectations clearly going in. It's you got to remodel your condo, and we're going to push this thing, rather than just inflating people's hopes with, okay, this is the unrealistic picture. So anyhow, as people can see now, yeah, I'm going to have more and more of this activity happening soon. Hope you have a great weekend. Really enjoyed chatting and catching up. Stay tuned every Sunday for our live Sunday chats with Costa Rica Matt. Always hoping to get people who are as helpful as Andrea on or talk about Costa Rica information. Have a great day and see you
Thank
next
you.
time.
Have a good day. Bye bye.
Adios.
Bye
Bye
bye.
bye. Say bye, Jonas.